Bob Maloney from MyMMAnews.com and Ring of Combat. And I was at Ring of Combat cage side for ROC 81 when Itzo Babulaidze, part of my pronunciation, he won the welterweight championship, and now we're coming up at Ring of Combat 83, and it's fight week. And I am talking to Josh Jackson, who's heading into Ring of Combat Atlantic City this week to challenge him for his belt. Josh, first, before we get into all that, man, fight week, obviously we know all that BS, cutting weight and all that. How you feeling? How's your body feeling? Thanks for giving me some time. I know you're really busy.
Thanks for having me on. I feel great. Yeah, it's been a good camp, so we don't do huge weight cuts, so feeling pretty good.
Before we talk about the fight, listen, this is the first time I got to talk to you, so tell me a little bit about you're 8-3, 3 straight knockouts, and make no mistake about it, knockout. So I'm looking at Josh coming in for the main event, and great opportunity. A lot of guys from Ring of Combat have gone on to the UFC and bigger and better things. What was your path to get into fighting, Josh? Before we talk about the matchup, how did you get here now? 8-3. How did you get into fighting for what you're going for?
I mean, I was always a fan of it. I think the first UFC fight I saw was Anderson Silva, Chris Lieben. I think I just randomly happened to see it at my grandmother's house. We were flipping through the channels and it was on, and I was like, wow, this is different. So I kind of started following it there. And then when I got into college, a friend of mine, Brent Walter, was training, trying to do a tough man and get into MMA. So he kind of just needed a body. So I was interested in it. So we were training in his attic. There was 2 windows up there. There was kerosene heaters. Looking back on it, it was probably pretty dangerous, but we were just coaching each other, trying to at least, looking up YouTube videos, and then everything kind of just snowballed. From there, I played football and baseball in college, and once that was over, it was just a smooth transition into fighting.
Talk to me a little bit about the guys who were important to you in camp, and give some love out to your coaches. Tell me a little bit about them and your training partners who's helping you get you ready for this main event, man, big time. Talk to me give some love out to your guys.
So I started out with Zach Davis. He's at Groundswell MMA. Previously, it was known as The Fort. He kind of got me started. When I graduated, I went straight there, and then we went all the way up until I was almost a pro. And then that's when I kind of was looking for a striking coach, because Zach is more jiu-jitsu based. And he was very open with me kind of looking at different schools, and a lot of coaches I've seen aren't really open to that cross training. And then I was up at Crazy 88 because Ong Lang Sa, or I can't even say his name right now. Ong was I'm sure you know him. He was fighting for one of the, I can't remember which title it was, but he was fighting over at one. And he was he just needed bodies for wrestling. And I started wrestling over there once a week. And then Coach Sebastian started over there. He was just happened to be a striking coach. And I was like, this could be a good fit. And then he invited me over. And then, just kind of snowballed from there. Then they brought in John Doe Bruges, who was another grappling coach, very probably the heaviest person I've ever grappled with. I'm sure you've heard of him back in the day.
I know John personally. Listen, I was cage side when John was fighting. I've been in the game for a long time. Listen, I was right there. I know John's a great dude. Like I said, I've seen him fight live. That's how old I am. But you're giving me these names. I'm loving it, man. Those are my OG guys you're talking about.
Yeah, they're collectively all 3 of them have kind of put their mark on me as a fighter, literally and figuratively. And then, with that solid group, I've got great training partners with Matt Simmelsberger, who's in the UFC, and my guy Pat Rivera, who's going to be fighting on the 30th, I believe, for Shogun. So, I mean, and then, the whole team, Rob Watley's in there, then all of our amateur guys and stuff coming up. And then my guys at Groundswell, Jason Wilson and Joe. So I've got a diverse group, and they're all, tough, good guys, either on the come up or, established.
It's excellent. Listen, listen, you know how important it is to have that support, you know what I mean, in the room. I mean, you've been in the sport now. Listen, 11 pro fights, 8-3. You know, you've seen everything at this point right now. Josh, talk to me about how you see this matchup. You know, I don't know. I know there's some film on Itzo. I mean, tell me, you know how you look at it. You know, without giving away your game plan. It's obvious to me, pretty much. You like to smash people and knock people out. I think, you know, he's going to want to try to get his hands on you. Tell me how you and your team see it.
I mean, that's kind of how we see it. I mean, I can definitely grapple. Don't think I can't. I think he'll come out. His striking isn't very complex, but it's very good at getting in on the shot, which he likes to do. He's very good at getting in the tie-ups. And he does hit hard from what I've seen. He seems like he's a big guy. You know, and all those guys from over there are very forward, high motor, high pace. So I think he's got a tough style to deal with, and you know, it shows with his record. He breaks a lot of guys. So it's just putting in the work in and you know, being able to counteract that pressure, you know, put it on him a little bit.
Excellent. Josh, with a few days left, obviously there's no more hard spar or anything. Do you have anything fun you do with your downtime? Because hopefully you get a little bit of rest before the fight.
I've just, you know, watch anime and been playing Helldivers with my boys. So that's been good. It's good to see everybody kind of back together. It's been like, I think since Xbox days where we've all kind of, you know, gone off and did our own thing, and it's nice to bring everybody back.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You have any sponsors or any family you want to give some shout outs or love to?
Of course. Il Forno here in Frederick, best pizza around. They've got great wings too. My guys at Schaefer Restoration. That's my uncle's and my cousin's shop. We do full car restorations. So if you ever need anything done, we got you. American Hooligan, my guy AJ Hunt. Of course, my team Groundswell and Crazy 88. My cousin AB. You know, he's gonna clean me up come tomorrow. I probably should have scheduled for tomorrow. I'm a little rough right now. But he's always been in my corner, so I'm very blessed with the people around me.
Excellent, man. Hey, listen, Josh, that support, the family, and listen, Ring of Combat's a family too. I look forward to seeing you there. Once again, Josh Jackson making his way from Maryland to Atlantic City, New Jersey. Ring of Combat 83, March 1st, Tropicana Casino Hotel and Casino in the showroom. The main event, welterweight title on the line. Josh, man, best of skills. Good luck with the weight cut. We will see you cage side, brother.
See you then.